So here we have it. This is the back of a rabbit. So this is the head is going to be stitched onto here. We want those two neck pieces to line up there and there on the neck. All right. Then we'll flip it over and we'll catch the whole of the, and we'll stitch the whole of the body so that the arms are held inside like that. Okay, we won't do the legs yet, and we'll put that arm inside like that, and we will catch it all so that it's all inside of the head. All right. So I'm just going to take our time. I'm going to find the center of this piece. Just mark that. There. Okay. And that's where we're going to put that line, that crease there. Okay. And I'm just going to come around now. Now you can do this on the sewing machine, but it's very, very fiddly. It's such a small amount of space that you've got to work in that you might be better just to go around and do it by hand. It's up to you. If you'd rather do it on the machine, then do it on the machine. So I'm just going to do a little running stitch here all the way around. So that's that. So I'm nearly at the head now. Nearly got the head done. Okay. So I'm going to knot off at the head, but then I'm going to carry on going around the body. There we go. When we go around the body, we don't want to sew the bottom a bit, okay? So I'm going to put my arm inside. And what I want to do with this piece, I was going to knot off, wasn't I? Just going to knot off here, because then if something does get pulled, just put a knot in it. That piece was just hold that a bit there more. Right, okay, on the head. Okay, so now I'm going to sew around this arm, but what I want to do is, can you see where the sewing is on the arm? I want to come this side of that sewing. I want that sewing to be on the inside here. Alright, so I'm just going to stitch, keep going with my stitching. In there, like there. Oh, so if you want to just turn this off and carry on and just do your stitching, that's fine, or you can take it to the machine if you want to have a go now and put this in by machine. You could probably get that to go in the machine now. Make sure I'm down over that stitch line, under that stitch line there. Yeah, so you could probably get that in if you want to. I'm just going to carry on, and because it is a bit fiddly, and do it like this. I might be able to do little stitches, and I can't go through. Right, I heard it even. There we go. So cut that there. I'm just going to come in now and stitch machine from there up to there on that side, and the same from there up to there on that side with the machine, just to make that, get that done a bit quicker for you. So we'll just go to the machine and do that. Put my needle out the way a minute. I want to lose that. I'm just going to come up straight. Back stitch. That in place. You could just go around and tack it. Come on. Back stitch. All the way down. Just haven't got a lot of fabric there. And a back stitch. There we go. Okay. Ooh, something there. That's better. Okay. Right, let's take that back to the table. So very carefully now we're going to just pull her out through. Pull too hard, you don't want to rip any of those stitches. There we go. There she comes. That's it. There's a little head. That's it. There's a little nose, and that's a little head. There we go. Just take that off there. That little end. Right, so I've got a bit there, which I'm going to have to go back and sort out later on, but I'm not going to do that now. Okay, right. Now we're going to stuff her. So it's exactly the same way as we did with the legs and the arms. Are just going to take the stuffing, get the stick, and just push it up inside. And you need quite a bit of stuffing in that head to get it nice and thick. In there. So that coming in there. Tiny little bit on her nose. should do it. Okay, right, then we're just come along here and we're just going to stitch the whole of this bottom together and pull it over. And we want to fold it in like that and stitch it along so that it covers the whole of the leg. Okay, so we should go and do that. Just grab my needle again and some thread. Stitch up her bottom here. Going to tie a knot here, there, like so, 1 and 2, and then what I'm going to do is take my thread and I'm just going to push it up inside her body and pull it out through there, and then just give that a little tug and that will disappear up inside. There we go. Okay, so there she is. We'll get that sorted out there. Okay, right, and then I'm going to put her eyes on. Okay, so I have got it threaded, it took ages. Okay, so I'm going to come in from her neck here, down below where the dress is going to be, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to come up and out of her nose. And it's quite hard to get that. Now, what you can do with this is put the cotton in when you're on that very basic piece, and get it into that nose to start you off with. You will have to have a knot at the end afterwards, but it won't be so bad. Right, there he is, she's in the nose. Right, and then pull that nice and tight and you should be able to get it to go through, okay? Right, and then you're going to go in and out that nose until we get a nice nose shape on there. Now if you want to do like a mouth and things like that, that's fine as well. Put on whatever you want to. I just went with the basic nose and 2 eyes. Hoping I've got enough thread now to do the 2 eyes. It's nose and thread and thing. Right, so we're just going to go over and over until we've got it the shape I want it to be. Not easy. Get that through, that's it. Right, this is what I use because my hands don't work all that well. So if you've got something where it's tight, I just use my pliers to help me get it through. I think that this face could have done with a tiny bit more stuffing, but it's okay. That's better. That one's worked. Probably one more in there, I think. For a little nose. I did think that it would be really nice if I had a pink nose here as well. Right, look good. Like that's, I should think that would do for the nose, and then I'm going to come in, I'm going to go halfway up, about there. Okay. Right. Pull that around and pull that down. And in like that, and that's my little nose, and I'm quite happy with that. And for my eye. Right, so I'm going to come back in again and pull it up, and then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to go around it to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull that down like that, and then we're going to pull this out through. And you're going to want that to come down nicely and push down into it, and that's your little eye on that side. and then you're going to just come over here onto the other side. And you want it to be about even, about the same sort of height as the other eye. There you go, so you've got one there, and we'll do the same here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1 more, 4. There we go, and then I have to pull that down and get that in a nice little tight knot. There we go, and then put that one back in there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it down and out through the nose, like that. Two lovely little eyes like this. There we go. Right. Okay, so she's ready. Let's get her dress made up. Okay, so this is the piece which I had left after making the ruffles. Okay, as you can see, it's been gathered there. I've just popped the iron over it. So it's a piece we had, and I folded it over 1/4 of an inch, then folded it over another 1/4 of an inch and turned it over. And I've done the same on this one, but on the top we folded it over 1/4 an inch, then we folded it over 1/2 an inch. And all I'm going to do very quickly is just do a straight line of stitching. So I'm just going to take the edge and I'm going to fold it in 1/8 of an inch, then I'm going to fold it in 1/8 of an inch again like that, and I'm going to pop it underneath my foot like that, and then we're just going to run right the way down through. I'm just going to make a tiny tabard for the dolly. Oh, I should have done a back stitch there, I don't worry too much. I'll go back and do that in a bit. I always tie my threads off. So that's that one, and then we're going to do that to all 4 sides. I've already done one and the camera wasn't switched on, sorry. So let's go and do the next piece. So just fold it over once, twice. We don't need very much fabric for this little tabard here. There we go. You can iron this, it makes it a little bit easier if you want to, but stitch, and then all the way down. So as you can see, I've just done that one already. I'll just do this one here on this side, and then we'll come in and stitch across the top. You can pin this if you want to. It's such a tiny little thing that probably don't need to. Right, there we go. Got that under the foot. Drop the needle into it. Back stitch. And then all the way down. Just turn that under as well. About 1/8 of an inch, I would say that probably is. Oops. On the back. There we go. Take that off. Right, now, so you've got your 2 pieces. So where you've got that now, you can take that on the top and just fold that down. Your top piece over. No, this is your top piece. I'm thinking why that's so slip right. I'm going to fold this top piece here down, so we've got that piece, and it's got like a, and it should be the one which has got the loose piece there on the top, and we're just going to fold that down like that, and then we're going to come in and we're going to stitch nice and close to that edge of the line there. Okay, so we're just going to come along here. Sorry, my hand is in the way, but that would not go through for anything. Back stitch. And then the same on that one. Fold that one big piece down like that, and then just run along. beautiful. So I've just taken a piece of yellow ribbon. I'm just going to pop that through there and tie a little knot on the end there, just like that. And then we're just going to thread this through the top here. And it takes a bit to get it to come out through that end, because obviously you might have a little bit there sticking out, and that one in as well. Pull that one through. Just wiggle it at the end and it should come out. It will come out eventually, basically. There we go, got it. There. Okay, right. Undo that knot. I did the knot quite loose, or you can just do that. So I don't have to worry about that. Right, so I'm just going to gather it around. It goes around her neck. Gather it up, and we're going to just tie it here. Okay, like so. Get it nice and tight. Tied around there, around her neck. And then you can tie a ribbon on the end if you want to, or you can just knot it and cut it. I'm going to do a double knot ribbon on mine, and then I'm going to cut that off afterwards. So you've got a nice pretty ribbon. I didn't put that one, I cut it off on the other one. You can decide how you want it to go. So I've got a ribbon there, like that. Cut the ends so that they match in size. Okay, and if you cut it with the diagonal, it usually doesn't fray, but what you can do is just cut it, you can burn the ends with a candle or a flame. There we go, so there's her little dress. And then we're just going to put a stitch here and a stitch here just underneath the arm, so literally just 2 little stitches. One in there, so I'm going to put a little stitch in there. 1 and 2. More. 1 and 2, and then pop that in behind and knot it off. Knot it off in here. Probably need to get some more thread before I do the next one. I don't think there's enough to do it. There's that tiny bit of thread there. And then just do exactly the same on the other side, and I think she'll be finished. You can then add flowers and stuff if you want to. There we go. Right, because I put a little flower on the front of mine. You can add a flower if you want to, or you can add ribbons, bows, whatever you like. I put a ribbon in her hair. Okay, I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other side, pop it in, and then just do a couple of stitches under her arm. Very simple little dress, because you need it to sort of lift up, because you need it to, when it goes to lift up for the bag, and then pop that in behind. Otherwise she won't, her dress will sort of be all bunched up around her waist. Around her head even. Stitch that one knot, and then another knot. That should be all you need to do to Bunny. And you could give her shoes and hair things and whatever you like. I'm probably going to do the same, because I think Alice probably wants the same. And I'll have to have them both the same. So that one's got a ribbon there. I'll probably have to put a ribbon on that one. So there they go. Alright, I'm going to put a flower on her, and I will put on a little bow on her as well. So if you would like to subscribe to my channel, you would be more than welcome. If you would like to hit that bell, I'm going to try and post every Friday, so I'll let you know when I've got new videos up. So thank you so much for coming and joining me to do this video. I hope you enjoyed making our little bunny. Goodbye. I almost forgot. On this one, I made a tail out of fabric, and I made a circle, and then I gathered it all together, put a bit of stuffing in it, and made a tail like that. But for this one, I'm going to just put on a fluffy tail. So I've just got a round ball fluffy tail, you know, which you can buy from pom-poms. They sell them in the Poundland and that sort of thing. And I'm just going to literally stitch it on to the bottom of the back of my little bunny. She's got her ribbon, she's got all her rabbits on her. She's got her flowers on the front of her dress, and she's got a ribbon in her hair. I'm just going to stitch her tail, and fancy nearly forgetting her tail. So I'm just going to literally go right through the centre, stitch it well on. You probably want about 8 or 9 stitches to hold this on, especially if you've got a small child. You don't want them biting the tail off. Okay, so we're just going to go through several times like that. Right through the centre. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. So that's quite good because the cotton just hides away inside it. 4. 5. 6. 7. One more. 8. There we go. I'll just knock that off. And I bring that right down into her leg there. So it's right out of the way to do the knot. There we go. Put that in nicely. That's a nice secure tail. That's not going anywhere. You don't want anyone biting that off and eating it. So I'll just bring that. It's gone right round her leg. There we go. One. And 2. And that should be our little bunny rabbit finished now. Just show you from the front. There we go. So this is from the front, and there's her little tail on the back. Okay, so she's all done. So that's both of them together. So this one's got the fabric tail. All I did was I just got a circle, and I just gathered that circle, so I went all around the outside, then pulled it tight, put a tiny bit of stuffing in it, and then stitched it on. It was much harder to do than that one, so that's why I went with that one, because I had some of those, so I went with that. So there you go, you've got 2 slightly different ones. Very pretty little Easter or spring bunny rabbits to go on your spring bag. I think you'll get a nice chocolate Easter egg, a couple of chocolate Easter eggs in there. I think that should sit nicely on there, and you'll get a couple of them in there. And then you look, so that's that. She looks adorably cute there, doesn't she? Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.